If you aren't here for more Gabriel Dropout, you're in the wrong place. But since you've stumbled across this video and have so far stayed watching, then congratulations, because that is exactly what we're going to be doing. Episode 8 of Gabriel Dropout, and of course, it's Gabriel Dropout. What more can I really say? Shenanigans, stupids, demons, angels, and a confusing amalgamation of both, because nobody really abides by what they're meant to. So, let's see. Oh no, they're growing still. Oh no, it's going to be a story about how she can't move, otherwise the strap's going to snap. And of course, Satania's going to bring an end to that, isn't she? And make another accidental win. Ah, now I see. Now I see why Gabriel has such a hesitation to join in with that one. I'm trying to think if I've ever held onto a door frame to stop having to go somewhere. I'd like to say no, but probably at some point. So we've got school fitness test day, and on the day the ref can't actually move, of course. You see, there's a couple of things that can happen here. Gabriel's actually going to be quite good at it. I'd be incredibly surprised if that is the case. Months of atrophy due to sitting still all day. Oh. Probably why I don't do sports. But the amount of energy that Satania has, I'd be surprised if she wasn't actually quite good. I'd like to see that. Oh, and of course, when it comes to showing who is the underling and who is the true leader of hell, she's full of herself. Hopefully it actually pays off this time. Like she'd agree to that. She doesn't want to do it in the first place. Not bad. Or you can eat meat. Not bad. To be fair, it'd be hard to turn that down. Especially if someone else is paying for it. Nice. Continue praising her. It's the one thing she excels at. Just walking across the line. No, completely exhausted. I was right. That's what happens if you don't keep up any cardio exercises. Yep. Remember the true goal of all of this. To be able to eat. She's got that permanent face on, doesn't she? Where everything is amusing. Yep, she just wants the food. Spirit animal there. That's not bad. One of the events that she can excel, of course she's going to go all out. Seriously. Is Satanya related to Saitama somehow? Nice. How? How is your grip strength that bad? How are you out of breath? Yeah. Grip strength isn't needed. You don't need your upper body to do grip strength. So why was she affected by that? So you're running now, but you didn't get very far. Oh, but she did finish though. She might have died in the process. Oh, yeah, it is going to be an issue. Look at that face. I think I found part of a thumbnail there. Well, she's not under the weather, she's just holding back because of certain clothing restrictions. I mean, the issue, it's not really that big of an issue, is it? Because, you know, everyone else here is girls. At most, it's just going to cause some discomfort. Maybe a slight bit of pain, but... I do like when they do that whole switching places back and forth, but it's also really stupid because it doesn't work like that. She nudged her, hoisted by your own petard. Land it, nice. But you did stop running. Yes. Good! She looks so cool! So Rafi is quite good at physical exercises as well then. Seeing Satanya's previous art attempts, yep. That's definitely handmade. I'm glad they kept that in there. Call back to her art. Yeah, there we go. Don't think we quite needed the rundown of how it's made. Okay. So, a test run for interviews but you get graded on it. Asking Raph or Gabriel is probably the worst thing you could have done, Satanya. Technically, but did she actually help? She's got a book. How bad could it be? Although, did she actually read it? Oh no. Did Satanya not even read the front cover of the book that she got? Make an entrance. What? You see, sometimes it's good to stand out from the crowd and be a bit different. So maybe this is good that Satanya's doing it. However, in Japan, it is something. It's not quite the same rules, is it? You're meant to just become part of the machine and not stand out. Although good interview practice is, don't start off with the whole arrogant, they owe you everything. Is Satanya going to do surprisingly well here? Because why is there a cat? Why have you got a cat? This isn't a James Bond film. Although Satanya could be a James Bond villain. They're all horribly inept. Yeah, Vignette is so nervous and Satanya isn't. They're diametrically opposed there, aren't they? So, standard answers that don't really answer anything. Awesome. Didn't answer the question either. Oh, you're gonna mess yourself up by trying to save Satanya, aren't you? She's too nice for her own good. Satanya being the words of wisdom there. Not sure how I feel about that. Although overall it's a good message, if you're feeling overwhelmed at all, just take a breath or two to gather your composure. She is soon to be the new Queen of Hell. Yeah, you can't always save her. She's an element of herself, isn't she? I wouldn't say she got away with it. He probably can't yell because it is in a test environment. He's just biding his time until they get back to class. Okay, I spoke too soon. She's eternally optimistic. Leave the cat alone. The cat doesn't taste like melon bread. Really? I didn't know Gabriel was related to the blobfish. Nah. Did she actually do it? Or copy off someone else? Probably not. There we go. Unless there's a sitting on your laptop club. If you want to motivate her, mention food, of course. Get her to join a cooking club. She was not actually going to cook, though, is she? We've already seen what happens when they try that. Rest in peace, Tanya. Nice. They actually mentioned it. To be fair, yeah, the rest of the classmates mean very little. And she only cares about those that actively talk to her. So, the rest are just silhouettes in the background, aren't they? Can she? Well, they aren't filling me with confidence. Well, so you thought that was her actual name, but a species name, that's a bit harsh. Don't know if that's the actual translation or not, or if it's just trying to be funny. I give Satania a hard time, but these two are just as energetic for what they're doing, aren't they? Not bad. So she got a completely free meal, including dessert. Yeah, she's just eating. She's not listening. Nom 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 nom. Yep. I mean, she does eat though, doesn't she? Even if it's just junk. She's busy. Eating. The fact that they're allowing this behaviour. She found her new calling to be in the cooking club. Oh, they're waiting for the blessing as well. True, she was a head angel when she was up there, does she have that kind of sway where she can promise this? It's not a taste testing club, but to her, I guess it is. Are they going to tell her to not get involved with the cooking and just sit down? Her hair. What difference would it make? Apart from just feeding her. Okay. She's learning! The girl has been put through enough troubling situations to actually become wary of her. Mm-hmm. Nice. Convenient thunder and lightning there. I'm trying to think of what... Yeah, she's very suspicious for some reason. Of course, the best trap she could have is allowing Satania's imagination to run riot. Oh my... Anything she tries to pull now is going to be substandard in comparison. You just go and grab it. She's scared of frogs. You win, Satania. You know how to disarm her every time now. Wow. Not only is she growing in her knowing when to distrust people, she's also finding their weaknesses. Well done, Satania. Growing into a fitting ruler of hell. What the hell was this episode? We also get weird camera angles, but only when Raph's involved, actually. Everything else is relatively standard. Can't remember if I've mentioned it before, but it does look like a CD band album cover, doesn't it? See, everyone got their own little spotlight in this one. They each had their own time to shine, they each got their own segment. Each one of them were both a victim and the victor. So, can't really complain with this episode. It's a bit balls to the wall crazy at times, but that's Gabriel Dropout for you, isn't it? It's hard to do a slice of life when you've got such eccentricities on show with these characters. How are you going to shock the audience or come up with new material when everything has got to outdo the last? I will say that Raph isn't as creepy and controlling as she initially was portrayed as being. Her character has somewhat died down now. She just enjoys chaos and drama. Still probably my least favourite of the four, but each to their own, I guess. I say it each time, but there's not really anything to say about this, is there? It's Gabriel Dropout. Crazy shenanigans. Not crazy like Nishijo, where anything could happen. It's all grounded on their personalities, so it's a bit like Kobayashi-san, but a bit less plot focused and more character driven. If that's a good enough explanation. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But don't make it too obvious, because my poor self-worth, it can't withstand much more. But if you did enjoy the episode and you enjoyed seeing my beautiful face, then let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel and liking the video also helps support me to no end. You'd actually know how useful it is. And all it takes is a second out of your day, and it doesn't cost anything. So, if you would, and if you think I deserve it. And if you want to be better than that, you can also check the links in the description for the Discord. So you can just jump in and chat with quite a few others that have kind of followed along. And with that being said, get some rest. I'll see you in the next one.